For more than 15 years, the football world has been divided. Messi or Ronaldo, genius or machine, talent or obsession. But what if the comparison itself was wrong from the very beginning? Tonight, one man dares to say it out loud. Ronaldo Nazario, the original Ronaldo, the phenomenon, a player who touched football's absolute perfection and then watched his own body betray him. And now, for the first time, he breaks his silence on Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo with a sentence that hits like a slap. Pure talent is not the same as obsession with winning. So who is he really talking about, and why does this confession matter more than any statistic, any Ballon d'Or, any highlight reel? Stay with us. This story goes much deeper than you think. Before we begin, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who believes they already know everything about Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, because what you're about to hear might completely change the way you see this rivalry. Ronaldo Nazario is not just another former star giving opinions from a TV studio. He is one of the very few players in history who forced football to redefine what complete meant. Before Messi, before Cristiano Ronaldo, there was him. At his peak, Ronaldo Brazil combined explosive speed, unreal balance, brutal strength, and a finishing instinct that seemed almost inhuman. 2 Ballon d'Or, 2 World Cups, a legacy so intense that it burned fast and then disappeared under the weight of injuries. And that is exactly why his voice matters today. Because Ronaldo Nazario understands something very few people do: the difference between reaching the summit and staying there. Now look at the numbers that define the modern era. Lionel Messi, at 37 going on 38, still leads the charts. In his most recent full season, he was directly involved in 71 goals and assists. 71. At an age where legends usually fade into memories. Cristiano Ronaldo, on the other hand, once scored 60 goals in a single season. But to do that, he transformed himself again and again, from winger to striker, from explosive dribbler to penalty box predator, from talent to pure discipline. 2 careers, 2 trajectories, 2 ways of fighting time, and Ronaldo Nazario stands between them, not as a judge, but as a witness. So when he finally speaks, the question is unavoidable. Is greatness about being untouchable or about refusing to fall? And more importantly, which of them truly defeated time? For years, Ronaldo Nazario avoided this trap. Every time the question came up, Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, he smiled, joked, changed the subject. He knew exactly what that debate does to football conversations. It simplifies what should never be simple. So why now? Why speak at a moment when Messi is redefining longevity and Cristiano Ronaldo is fighting time in the most visible way of all? Because timing is everything. Ronaldo Brazil did not talk when both were in their physical prime. He waited until the story was almost complete, until the noise of peak performance gave way to the truth of endurance. In a calm interview, without drama, without provocation, he finally said what many former players only imply: that the comparison between Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo has been distorted by obsession with numbers, that we have been asking the wrong question, not who is greater, but how is greatness built. Coming from anyone else, those words would sound philosophical. Coming from Ronaldo Nazario, they feel personal. This is a man who reached a level Messi makes look effortless, and then lost it. Not because of lack of talent, not because of lack of work, but because the body said no. That is why his confession hits differently. Because when Ronaldo Brazil speaks about time, decline, and adaptation, he is not theorizing. He is remembering. And suddenly, Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo stop being rivals. They become answers to the same question. What happens when football refuses to let you stay young forever? When Ronaldo Nazario finally put his thoughts into words, he didn't mention trophies. He didn't mention Ballon d'Ors. He didn't even mention numbers. He said something far more uncomfortable. Pure talent is not the same as obsession with winning. At first it sounds neutral, almost elegant, but look closer and you realize how sharp this sentence really is. Because pure talent is effortless, it flows, it doesn't ask permission, it doesn't need to shout. That is Lionel Messi. Messi doesn't dominate games by forcing them to bend. He makes them obey quietly. He doesn't adapt to football. Football adapts to him. Even at 37, even when his pace is gone, even when the intensity of European football is behind him, he still controls space, tempo, and outcome. 71 goal contributions are not an accident. They are a consequence of understanding the game at a level few ever reach. Cristiano Ronaldo represents the opposite pole. Obsession with winning is not about ease, it is about refusal. Refusal to accept limits. Refusal to age. Refusal to disappear. Every phase of his career is a reconstruction. New body, new role, new identity. From winger to striker, from explosiveness to aerial dominance, from team player to finishing machine. And Ronaldo Nazario knows both worlds, because once he was pure talent, maybe the purest of all, and then injuries forced him into a battle he could not win. That is why this quote is not a judgment, it is a confession. Messi is what happens when talent remains untouched by time. Cristiano Ronaldo is what happens when time is challenged every single day. Two ways of surviving football, only one way of escaping it. To truly understand Ronaldo Nazario's words, you have to place three careers on the same timeline. Ronaldo Nazario, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. Three legends. Three answers to the same enemy. Time. Ronaldo Brazil met time head-on and lost. Not because he lacked professionalism or hunger or discipline, but because his body simply could not carry the violence of his own talent. His peak was volcanic, short, unrepeatable. Football saw perfection and then watched it disappear. Cristiano Ronaldo saw that danger early. He built his entire career as a response to it. Muscle instead of fragility. Repetition instead of inspiration. Obsession instead of instinct. Every decline was met with reinvention. When speed faded, power replaced it. When dribbling disappeared, positioning took over. When influence on the game decreased, goal numbers had to increase. This is not talent surviving time. This is willpower fighting it. And then there is Lionel Messi. Messi never fought time, he absorbed it. As his body slowed, his mind accelerated. As intensity dropped, intelligence rose. As distance increased, efficiency sharpened. Messi didn't replace attributes, he refined them. That is why, even late in his career, he remains decisive without forcing the game to revolve around him. This is what Ronaldo Nazario sees. Not a competition of numbers, but a competition of destinies. One man burned too fast. One man refuses to stop burning. One man learned how to glow without fire. And suddenly, the Messi-Ronaldo debate feels incomplete. Because the real question is no longer who was the best. It is who found the most sustainable way to be great. Ronaldo Nazario did not end the Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo debate. He elevated it. Because his confession doesn't tell you who to choose. It forces you to examine why you choose. For years, fans have used goals, trophies, and records as weapons. But Ronaldo Brazil shifts the focus to something far more personal. How greatness is built and how long it can survive. Messi represents the dream. The idea that talent alone can bend reality. That football can remain art even when the body ages. Watching him play feels like watching something that was never meant to decline. Cristiano Ronaldo represents resistance. The human refusal to accept limits. A career constructed not to be beautiful, but to last, to dominate, to outlive expectations. And Ronaldo Nazario stands as the warning. He is the reminder of what happens when football gives you everything, and then takes it away. That is why this moment matters. Because when a legend who lost the fight against time speaks, his words carry a quiet authority. He doesn't criticize, he doesn't choose sides. He asks a question instead. Do you admire the player who was born extraordinary, or the one who decided to become extraordinary every single day? There is no correct answer. But once you hear Ronaldo Nazario speak, you can no longer pretend the question is simple. Ronaldo Nazario did not tell us who the greatest footballer of all time is. He told us something far more uncomfortable. That greatness does not have a single face. Lionel Messi shows us what football looks like when talent is untouched by fear, untouched by time. Cristiano Ronaldo shows us what football becomes when victory is an obsession, not a gift. And Ronaldo Brazil reminds us that even perfection can be fragile. So the next time you argue about Messi and Ronaldo, ask yourself a different question. Which story moves you more? The genius who never seems to age, or the warrior who refuses to fall? If this video made you think, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel for more stories that go beyond statistics. And now tell us in the comments, which Ronaldo do you believe in? Ronaldo Nazario's words do not stand alone. They echo what others have felt, but rarely dared to say out loud. Marcelo, who faced Messi dozens of times in El Clasico, once admitted, "Messi doesn't trash talk. He doesn't provoke. And that's what scares you. Because you know he's already decided how the game will end." A former MLS coach, after watching Messi dismantle an entire defense in minutes, said something even more unsettling. He's not playing against opponents anymore. He's playing against time. And the numbers support it. At an age when most legends become symbols, Messi still dictates outcomes. 71 direct goal contributions in a single season. Not by running more, not by jumping higher, but by thinking faster. Cristiano Ronaldo's numbers tell a different story. 60 goals in one season, multiple league top scorer titles across different countries, a career rebuilt again and again through discipline, repetition, and physical sacrifice. This is why Ronaldo Nazario's confession resonates, because it aligns with what football itself is revealing. Messi proves that intelligence can outlive the body. Cristiano proves that the body can be pushed beyond reason. And Ronaldo Brazil proves that even legends are mortal. 3 truths, 1 uncomfortable realization. Greatness is not just about winning, it's about how long you can stay relevant after the world expects you to disappear. Before you scroll away, listen carefully. Because one sentence from Ronaldo Nazario just shattered 15 years of arguments about Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Not a fan, not a journalist, but the man football once called perfect. He didn't talk about Ballon d'Ors. He didn't talk about goals. He talked about something much more dangerous. Pure talent is not the same as obsession with winning. And suddenly everything feels different, because one of them never had to change. The other never stopped changing, and the third lost everything to time. So ask yourself this: are we really comparing 2 players, or are we comparing 2 ways of surviving football? Stay until the end. Because once you hear Ronaldo Brazil's full confession, you won't argue about Messi and Ronaldo the same way again.